Hello there. Today I want to talk about my family's 2021 Forest River Cherokee Wolf Pup 16BHS. We bought this in 2020. It is a 2021 model. We've taken it through about 8 or 9 states, 5,000 miles, and 59 camping nights. And I just wanted to show you a little bit of what we have done in terms of modifications for this. So starting on the outside, tires. One of the big things with a lot of travel trailers really is tires. Now I did about 1,500 miles, I think, on the West Lakes that came with it, and then replaced with these Goodyear Endurance tires. It's helped a lot. It helped the ride. It helped the stability. While we're down here, I have also replaced, if you can see them, the leaf springs. So the Wolf Pup series has a problem, specifically with the 16BHSs. Now I think they fixed it for the 22s and the 21s, or 22s and 23s and 24s. But the 2021s particularly, they had a problem where they were underrated. The leaf springs were underrated for the max weight of the trailer. So a lot of people have had problems where they would start to flatten out and would need to be replaced. So the default ones were listed for 1,750 pounds. I replaced my leaf springs with 2,000-pound leaf springs on each side, so a total of 4,000 pounds, which is over the max GVW of the trailer. While we're outside, let's talk about some locks. So this one is the standard lock that came with it, and that is because we are trading this in tomorrow for a new, moving up to the Gray Wolf series, so still in the Cherokee line. But we had RV locks, and I cannot say enough about RV locks. I'll show those in one of my next videos where I talk about things I'm doing to the new trailer. RV lock has absolutely changed how we use the trailer when we're in the campsite, how the kids can get in and out. It is absolutely wonderful. As part of that, I also, through RV lock, I was able to key alike all of my locks. So like right here, this lock, which is now back to, again, the factory one where you get 4 keys for the entire trailer, for one key for each thing. This one, with RV lock, you can get matching keys for the bays and also for the main door. And then also, since this is the Wolf Pup, the 16BHS, we have a door around the other side underneath the bottom bunk. And this allows another key set for that. So while we're talking about keys and we're outside, if we come around the side here, the shower comes with a keyed lock. I left this one in. It comes with a keyed lock, which is super annoying. So I just got this little twist one. Opens up. That's all it is. And I added a magnet here too to try to hold it shut. So you just close that. Way easier. So that's about it for outside. One other thing. So I saw these on Keep Your Daydream that Mark uses. It's just these little, you can get them from Harbor Freight, you can get them at Amazon. It's just these little pins, but they're way, way easier. I spent many camping trips, especially cold ones, struggling with that. And I have a couple of those for my weight distribution and one for the regular hitch as well. So the other thing outside, the 16BHS comes with an outdoor fridge. I didn't like that. So what we did, this is my power cable, so ignore that, but I took out the fridge and there was a metal pan down on the floor here, and I removed that as well. And the point being was to make an outdoor space here, which is what you see, and then also make an indoor space underneath the sink where we could store some things. So the outlet the fridge was plugged in is still back there, and this leaves some room under the sink, which I'll show you in a minute. But this is a big enough cabinet to put sporting equipment, footballs, whatever, or you can put, I stored my Blackstone in here along with associated cables and wind guards and things like that, and that's worked really, really well for me. So that's just outdoor storage. So as we come inside, memory foam mattress. Biggest deal. Actually, we'll start before I do memory foam. So I saw on one of the Facebook forums, some people had pulled out the shelf. It's only held in by like 4 screws, and he cut off 1/2 inch on the back side here, and it makes this shelf a little shorter, but it allows the bed to open easily with one hand, and you're not fighting the mattress sticking into that thing all the time. It's an easy fix. It's super duper easy. Like I said, you just pull out 4, 5 screws, whatever it is that's holding this in, and slice off the end there, and that works really well. Now, I also partitioned under here. There's a couple things going on under the bed here. I partitioned. So if you have a 16BHS, you know this wall is actually all the way up here. So I tore that wall out and made a shoe cubby. Took some of the window cover things and wrapped it around here to make it look nice. And then you still have their storage bay up front. I also made a real wall here. So we have the water heater and all the other electronic stuff up front. I made a real wall. And then this is just part of the cover that was there that I made be a little panel. I have a little panel here. This pulls off so I can get back there with my hands for winterizing and to access both the winterizing pump, the water pump, and back to the water heater for the bypass valves. And then I took the metal or the foil, aluminum, whatever it is, the metal insulating stuff, and covered, and then the tape as well, and covered the underside of the bed. So what we noticed, especially in winter camping, we've camped in November and December and all sorts of things, and we got a lot of breeze up underneath the bed. The bottom of the bed was always cold, so by putting this stuff underneath, it got rid of that. So this really, really helped to insulate, since if you think about it, this is just open. I mean, you can see daylight down there. It's open to the elements. So doing that really, really helped to insulate and make my bed more comfortable. I also replaced the solar charge controller. I replaced it with the Renogy. Another thing with particularly the 2021s on both the Wolf Pups and Up, really, even the Gray Wolves had this problem too. We had the old solar charge controller was often miswired. It doesn't give all the information you would want. It all around had a lot of problems. And so I replaced with the Renogy. The nice thing with Renogy, and it's not there right now, but it has a Bluetooth add-on that you can access on your phone, and you can see how your battery is doing, how your solar is doing, all that in real time. And that is a fantastic add as well, just when you're trying to maintain battery health. I also had a Level Mate Pro that was mounted next to it. Obviously, I pulled that out because that's going with me to the new trailer. So that's it underneath this bunk. As I was saying, the Foam mattress is worth its weight. Up top, I busted out the front of both cabinets. That's easy peasy. I also had a mount arm for the TV that pulled out because that's coming with me to the new trailer. And then over on this side, a lot of people don't know what this is for. If you try to use the Wi-Fi hotspot, the one control that Lippert wants you to use, it's about $550 to $600. And no one wants to do that. And then the plan is insanely expensive as well. Now, the cool thing, you can buy from Lippert just the antenna that goes on the roof for $60. And they'll send that to you, and then you can get your own. I have a Wi-Fi or a Verizon MiFi hotspot, and I bought like $8 worth of cables that attach up to here and plug into the antenna ports on the Verizon hotspot, and that's worked really, really well. And so by doing that, I was able to get an antenna functioning. So I put the Lippert antenna on the roof, and I was able to get antenna reaching into here. So that gets outside of the Faraday cage of the trailer and lets you get your hotspot working inside the trailer. And usually that would gain me 1 to 2 bars, depending on the service level of the area, but it would have made a measurable difference between the hotspot being usable or not inside the trailer. So that really, really helped. All right, on the main cabinets, we have our gas struts. Those really should come with these trailers, but they don't. So easy install. Got one on each cabinet. Helps a lot. So on the, I will link below, and I don't have them here because I pulled them out for the new trailer already, but I had blinds in here. And I'll try to link a picture or do something in this spot right here. But they were the type that you pull down, and then you pull and it soft rises. And those were really, really nice to get away from this default sort of thing. So, like I said, I'll link those below. So underneath the sink is the other thing that I mentioned here. Let's see. All right, so let's see how well the camera picks up. So this used to be, right here, was a panel, and that's where the mini fridge was. So by busting that out, I gained this whole space, which is great for a trash can, or in our case, that's where we kept our coffee pot. And then over here, this was all kind of not great space too because of the piping. So I made a little platform there to get above the piping so it was all usable. So we were able to stack, like put a toaster back there. And then this was open because of the mini fridge and all that. So I built a wall just so we're not like running back and forth back there. And that's helped a lot. Up here, I replaced the sink faucet because I didn't like the one that came with it. So replaced that. I had another blind here that matched everything. Over here, thermostat. I didn't care for the thermostat that came with the trailer, so I replaced it with a $20 Honeywell one. It's one of the first things I did, and that is really easy. It's literally 2 wires. Highly recommend. And I realized I didn't say anything about this. So, on these trailers, lots of people comment in the Facebook groups and so forth about the speaker mount that's there. No one buys a speaker. It's insanely expensive, but there's power to the speaker mount, obviously. So I replaced it with this just generic USB port, and that is giving me higher speed charging than the plugs that were on the side of the speaker port, and it's helped pretty well. Looking back, actually, one big modification you can probably see is just we painted the whole trailer. It's nice in a cream color, and then we have the backsplash over there in the corner as well. And then up here, we added a wall. So the Wolf Pups, the upper bunk is completely open to the space. So when you're back here, you have this, and it's just all open. And we use that for a couple camping trips until my daughter's water bottle fell on my wife's head while she's sitting at the dinette. So I built this wall. It comes down here, it sits on top of the existing wall. I can't show you inside, but it's just some of this stuff, the 2x2, framed into a square, and then just the cheap Luan from Home Depot that's painted and put on top. I left screws visible here because this panel was, we had my daughter's side was painted like a giant colorful unicorn. And so I pulled that out since we're trading it in and replaced it just with the generic tan. It's the same color as the rest of the trailer, which actually you can kind of see better from this angle. It's kind of a cream. So built a ladder as well for my daughter to get in. Another add-on that I did was adding a drawer. So you have the cooktop up here, and there used to be just a panel underneath it. And so what I did, and a lot of people on the Wolf Pup forum have done this as well on Facebook, but it added a drawer. And so there's just, I don't want to pull it out, but there's tracks underneath there that are on the bottom. So I had to kind of work up from the bottom. Actually, if you see, yeah, so there's 2 tracks here. And I had to add kind of a panel in there to get it, for it to sit on, and it has the 2 tracks. But it works really well. And that adds a lot of functional space, and they're nice soft close cabinets. So inside the fridge, I don't have them in here anymore because of the trade, but those of you who have the Canon fridge or even the Everchills on these trailers know about this gap. It is the most annoying thing. You can't put condiments in. Things fall right out. And so there's a gentleman on Facebook who has started making inserts for that. He 3D prints them, and it's like $50 with shipping, and it is absolutely worth it. So I highly recommend those. You have to join the Wolf Pup Mods and Decor or the Wolf Pup group on Facebook. All right, so I just have a little cabinet there that I put in, and I upgraded the fan. So the new ones seem to come with the Fantastic fan or one of the more expensive ones. This one is about $100, $120 knockoff, effectively, but it works great too. So relatively easy. It's a 2-wire thing. It's harder just to get access to it and whatnot, but it took maybe an hour to swap out. That's pretty straightforward, but helps a lot with the airflow. And then if you can see it, we have the upgraded shower head. Coming back out, another big thing. So this is the Bluetooth module for the AirCell, the Coleman Mach AirCell air conditioner. So what this does, you replace this entire head unit. It's a couple $100, but it allows you to control everything by Bluetooth, but it also adds the ability, and this is the big one, for it to regulate and turn on and off. So the default controller that comes with this is either on or it's off. And you have to choose that, and you choose it, and then you lay down, and you want to change it, it doesn't do anything. And so you're either just continuously cooling or you're continuously heating. And so this will turn off, and I think it has some temperature control, but the fan just always runs. So this will regulate the fan. This will turn the fan off when the compressor is not running. It'll also allow you to control everything from your phone. And it's just all around a better unit. Now, part of that as well, up in there, this system has an option of a heating element that I've added in as well. So while you're in there, you might as well get the heating element and throw it in. And that's been really, really nice. So we went camping back in October, and we were able to not use a propane heater at all. We simply just used the Coleman, the air conditioner heater, and that was able to stave off the chill. It's not going to heat up the trailer terribly high, but it does stave off the chill and make it enough just that you can be in here and be comfortable without having to burn through propane. So I'm trying to think what else we did in here. I knocked the panels off under here so that you can get into those from the end underneath the dinette without doing much. And so that is our 16BHS. Like I said, we've used it quite a bit over the past 3 years. It's just over 3 years since we bought it, but we've really loved this thing. And so we're moving up to another trailer within the Cherokee line. We're moving up to a Gray Wolf 26DJSE, and we're really excited. But this is our Wolf Pup. Anyway, let me know if you have any questions. I will try to link any of the products I mentioned here, the air conditioner and the other ones that I mentioned. And yeah, thank you for watching.